for a while we would buy those cheap guitars, and our older guitarist Dan was like a tech basically, and we would like smash them every night, and he'd like glue them back together, and we'd do that for like 20 shows before we got a new one.
Nice. That is
wild.
Only the Chariot has that
really
mentality.
true.
You know, it's amazing.
Yeah.
If you want to be a member of our nerdy metal community, hit the subscribe button. If you have any comments or suggestions or just want to talk, hit us up at worshipatributenerd@gmail.com. This week on the show, we talked to ex-Chariot member Bryan Taylor about all the music he's doing in The Threats and Slowriter.
Worship and tribute, nerd.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and welcome to Worship and Tribute Nerd, the show where metal dudes get nerdy. Today I have my co-host with me, Fuzz. Say hi, Fuzz.
Hi, guys. Tell me how to live my life.
And also, we have a special guest today. We have Bryan Taylor. Hello, Bryan.
Hey,
How are you doing?
pretty good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks for being on.
Thanks for being patient with
yeah.
my partner here.
We have a friend named Daniel Connolly. He's really bad at hanging out. He's like real wish-washy.
Yeah, they should frost him because he's a flake. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And it's the type of thing where it's like we see him maybe once every couple of years.
And you live 5 minutes from him.
And now I live 5 minutes from him. So today, now that Fuzz was in town, we were doing some of these interviews. He was like, "Hey, we should definitely get together for lunch." And Fuzz brought it up to me and was like, "Wait, really? This is happening?"
He texted me out of the blue and was like, "Hey, you should come up to where I work today and we'll have lunch."
So I apologize that we were late starting this.
And then we were in traffic on the way
no
back.
worries.
So we're sorry, Brian. Don't hate us.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no worries at all.
He's cool. We're cool.
But Bryan is an ex-member of the Chariot and has a new, well, it's not a new band, but I mean his newer project is Slowriter. And you started Slowriter like around the same time as you were in the Chariot, right? Correct?
Yeah, 2009, so it's been about 12 years.
Wow.
12 years. That's pretty tight. I remember you sending me like the first Slowriter EP, and I was like super into it. Like I thought I was like, it's like rap, but it's like indie and it's like stonery all at the same time.
I don't know what it
yeah,
is.
yeah. I remember
Definitely
loving
stonery.
it. Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But yeah, before we get into it, people will email us and give us some comments or some suggestions, and we totally forget to read them all the time.
He does.
So,
I do not.
Well,
I don't want to read them, but he does. So it's his fault, not mine.
But you know what? It's hard work being an old man with projects and stuff.
It's your prescription medication that really does it to you.
That's true, allegedly.
Allegedly.
So, okay, we got this email.
I don't know how to pronounce.
From n5sha@aol.com. They said, "Iwabo, so sick you guys cleared the air about Iwabo, even though
They didn't clear the air.
we didn't really clear the air. We answered every question."
A bit. You sidestepped the actual question.
As did Steven.
No, you
But
both
I mean,
did, yes.
But the most important part is
You talked, and that's
we
cool.
talked.
It's cool.
And we're friends
it
now.
was fun.
And
We had
there's
a
no
good
more
time.
animosity unless you're talking about that Seven Dust album.
Or that sick band named Animosity.
Or animosity. But anyways,
on.
yes. He also goes on to say, "You always skirted the question before." Well, I mean, we just explained that we kind of skirted it again. But anyways, and you really addressed it with class on the episode. Very mature. Life is so f***ed. Stop interviewing porn stars.
Well, first off, N5SHA, you. I will not stop interviewing porn stars. And I don't mean that in a mean way. Not you. You're probably pretty sick. But
Listen, on this channel, we don't discriminate. We're always going to talk about what you love to do, what nerdy things you do, what you do in your life. And obviously, nerdy leads to whatever career, you might have in music or porn.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to hate on you for that.
No
you know
judgment.
What I mean?
No judgment here.
If is what led you to your job and career. I mean, we all you know what I mean?
I mean, some of us, I'm celibate, so.
But yeah, thank you for the email.
Thank you very much. Keep watching our show or not, whatever you want to do.
But anyways,
let's get to the important guy.
Brian.
Let's get to the important guy.
I mean, we all right?
Whoa.
Whether we're alone. Whether we're alone or with someone.
We're not just going to ease into it. We're just going to dive right in. Jesus.
Well, hey, it's upsetting for one of our fans to stop talking to porn stars,
I'll never
just
stop.
Another nerdy thing that
I'll
someone
never
might
stop
do.
supporting porn stars.
By watching porn, you might save a life, because without porn, that some guy might go out and murder someone without a full release.
I really kind of feel like that's not accurate, but
I think
all
it's
right,
accurate.
let's discuss what our man Brian here has going.
Brian, we did some tours back in the day when you were in the Chariot. And were you on the Ghostbusters tour, right? Weren't you guys just talking about this?
He said he wasn't on the Ghostbusters tour.
So then we did Europe.
I think that was right after I left.
Okay. So then we did Europe together.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so and that was a really fun tour, by the way. So.
Yeah, it was. It was one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
Yes, and I always thought it was amazing to, seeing the Chariot play in any fashion was amazing, but the dynamic that you threw in there was like, there was times where I could see Stevis over here, jamming real hard with his hair flying everywhere, and then I would look over at you, and then you would be like trying to do a handstand on your head, or a headstand upside down while still trying to play guitar. And I'm
totally.
Yeah, it was amazing. But and I remember you got one of those lower grade model of guitars just to throw around more and be crazy with.
Yeah, I can't remember if Dan was in the band at that point. I guess not if Stevis was, but for a while we would buy those cheap guitars, and our older guitarist Dan was a tech basically. Mm-hmm. And we would smash them every night, and he'd glue them back together, and we'd do that for 20 shows before we got a new one.
Nice. That is
wild.
Only the Chariot has that
really
mentality.
True.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So, are you an original member of the Chariot?
No. So I joined in 2008, right after I graduated high school, and they started in 2003, I think.
Okay.
And they had a bunch of members before me too. I mean,
yeah, I feel like
there's been a lot of changes.
Aside from
Josh is the only one.
Yeah. Because I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't think Wolf was even original, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He was slightly before I joined.
Yeah.
And he pretty much stayed till the end.
Right. I could only imagine the applications for the Chariot at the time.
Oh,
it's
God.
Do you break things?
Yes.
Can you do a flip?
Can you hang?
Applications.
Can you hang from stuff on the ceiling?
Yeah. So it was always a fun time. And I remember, even though you weren't on Ghostbusters tour, I remember during the Europe tour, we're like, hey, you guys want to be on that tour? And it was I don't know, that's pretty soon, right? And we're like, I don't know, we could probably rework it. And we fit the Chariot into the lineup just because it was it's the Chariot.
Yeah, it was sick.
So, but yes,
Best
awesome.
band on
Yeah.
that tour should have been their headliner.
I was sad that you weren't there. So.
I was a fan of the Chariot before I joined too, so I appreciate them.
That's sick.
Hell yeah. So tell us about Slowriter. Was that a project that you always had going even before the Chariot was a thing, or how did that come about?
Not really. It started we had a month off between tours in 2009, and I just started recording music then. I was always into a ton of different music outside of the metal hardcore world, so I just wanted a different outlet. So I started that in 2009. I did a full-length album, and then went back on tour with the Chariot, and it just kind of went from there.
Yeah.
It's evolved a lot, but
yeah, and it seems like it's fueled by marijuana. I mean, allegedly. Is that?
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, and recently too, you know,
putting his business out there. Like,
I mean, you know,
No, I mean I'm open about it. Whatever.
right,
I like weed a lot.
right,
allegedly.
yeah, and you could hear it. You
Allegedly.
could hear it in the songs, and you
I
know,
couldn't
and
hear
that's
it.
not a bad thing.
I think
at all.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's cool. I mean,
for sure.
I don't make music sober very often, so
It's hard, dude. Like,
And if you do, it sucks. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
look at Korn. You know, as soon as they went sober, it was like, what are you guys doing out there?
No meth, no beer, just the worst.
Right. You started understanding Jonathan Davis all the time.
Yeah, fucking idiots.
didn't they? Did you hear like the Devil Went Down to Georgia cover
Oh,
they
yeah.
did?
We did an episode about it, actually.
Yeah, we actually.
Oh, okay,
We did
okay.
like a. You know,
Nickelback versus Korn.
yeah, because they both covered that song. Like, because what's his name? The
Yellow
orig-
Wolf.
The original guy passed away.
Oh,
the guy
yeah.
who wrote that
The
song.
fiddle player.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name.
but so yeah,
Yeah, I can't either.
so the product of that was, you know, a lot of bands doing that cover, and it was like Nickelback versus Korn, and we were like,
Nickelback f***ing ripped.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Nickelback
ripped.
actually, if you know, you have some time, listen to Devil Went Down to Georgia by Nickelback, and it was like shred-tastic. It was like,
Nice.
it was like, these guys can play this shit, you know?
Yeah.
So it was amazing.
Yeah, I ended up respecting Nickelback after we listened to that cover. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you guys aren't that horrible of people.
Wow, yeah.
Well, it was
I
like,
need to check it out then.
yeah, well,
Do they shred?
the whole reason that, you know, me and Fuzz started playing music was because of Korn, and when at that point we were like, Korn's version is good, but I think Nickelback wins this one, you know? Like, it was
Wow.
like, yeah.
They did. Korn is my favorite band of all time, and I was like, man, they just got outed by f***ing Nickelback.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But yeah, where were? Oh yeah, we were talking about drugs.
Yeah.
and-
No, no.
Oh yeah.
God.
But yeah, you know, and recently I've seen there is new Slowriter coming out, right? A new album that just came out, as well as a few
Yeah.
singles and that cover of the Blink-182
So
song.
awesome.
Was that just that wasn't a Slowriter thing? That was just kind of like your solo kind of thing, or was?
Yeah, I mean, I put it out on like distribution with Slowriter, but it was kind of just I was just in my kitchen one day and I was like listening to Blink-182 for the first time in years.
yeah, and you're like,
And I was like, this song would be cool if it was like darker,
yeah,
not so happy.
yeah. And then the video. I watched the video you put out with it, and I was just like,
Yeah, he showed it
Yeah,
to me
I was
last
like-
night. I was like, oh, what the f***?
this is amazing, dude. And I was like, it's amazing that, you know, that's how I thought it came together. You know, I was like, he was probably just sitting around one day and like did the song and then did a video all
Man,
by himself.
Sounds
And I
like
was
a good idea.
Yeah, it was definitely like really quick on a whim.
Right.
Like I didn't think it would become anything, and I was like, this is actually kind of cool. So
yeah, that's amazing. And I think lots of us artists need to feed into that, sitting around and being like, you know what would be fun? Let's do that. And then most of us don't do it. And I think that more of us
Right.
should. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I've been trying to put that into action more lately, just following my instincts and
right.
rather than spending 3 weeks on a song, like just knock something out really quick.
Yeah. I actually so me and this guy and one of my other friends have been like writing music and stuff, and but as me and the guitarist were, shout out Justin, as me and the guitarist were like
J-Town.
writing some stuff, he was like, oh yeah, check this out, and he like starts playing this Blink-182 country version. And I was
I
like,
think I've seen that.
and I was like, bro, like this is amazing. Like, and I was like, you gotta give me the stems so I could just do some country vocals on it. And so then I came in the garage and just like busted it out one day, and then I sent it to some of them, and they were like, dude, that's amazing. And I was like, okay, well, we got to do a video for it now. Just keep your eyes peeled for like country western gear.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'll
So,
put
yeah.
on cowboy boots and
So,
play
yeah, that's-
drums to it. You know?
Be on the lookout. It's
What song did you do?
Damn It.
Oh, sweet.
But I dubbed our version "Darn It" because it's so twangy.
I think you should have said gosh darn it. I think it should have been gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
That's perfect.
Or dag nabbit, one or the other. That's
going a little too far, though. You know,
No,
like people might not, put the two together.
They'll get it. Don't know where you come from, but where I come from, they'll get it. No, you're from Kansas. You don't count.
I grew up
you're not
but
real.
I was born here in Texas.
Yeah, but you moved
It's
to
all
Kansas.
right. Tell me.
Yeah. What you think about me?
Dude, it's good. It's what's up is it sounds like a country song.
Well,
That's what's funny.
And at one point too, I sent him, like just one vocal track, and he goes, "You got to do some harmonies for those verses." And as I was doing it, I was like, "How would a country do those those harmonies?" And then the harmony ends up going, "And it'll happen once again. You'll turn to a friend." And when I sent it back, he was like, "This is perfect."
Yep. Dude, it's money. It's good.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
Expect
I can't
that
wait
one
for
soon.
All right.
Maybe we should just start our own project where we just cover Blink 182 songs in
call
all
it,
sorts
we'll
of
call
fashions.
it Blink 180 Country.
Yeah.
Or Blink 180 also instead of two.
Jesus.
Oh, this
3.
is already a good interview, guys. Congratulations to all of us.
That's really true.
Great job.
Dude, he hates you.
But
Look
yeah,
at him.
do
He
you
hates you.
do you still have that first Slowriter EP in somewhere laying around that you could just send me a link or something?
Yeah, I definitely have a link. I don't know if I have like hard copies, but
Right. Well, I
definitely
don't
have
even.
a link.
I think the only CD player I have is in my car, and I'm not sure if it works, honestly. So
Yeah, I feel you.
He's lying. He listens to Now 27 all the time.
No,
there.
when I bought the car, it came with.
Oh, yeah. Blame it on that guy.
It came with like a Wham CD or some shit like in it.
Wham.
But yeah, so every once in a while when I would be flipping through like the stations or whatever, it would like land on CD and I'd be like, what the hell? Yeah, so but after I took it out, I don't know if it works after that.
Way to go.
I ruined it.
Anyway.
Do you still have CD players?
I don't. I pressed like my new album or just on CD and after I like mailed it out to everyone, I was like, shit, I never tested that on anything. Like, I don't have anything to test it on.
Right.
I hope it's
Well,
correct.
what are you going to do?
Hopefully they didn't screw it up.
Right.
Well.
It's weird to think about.
You would have heard by now.
It's weird to
Yeah,
think
by
like
now.
if you could tell me whenever I was
What you
like
think about
a
me?
younger guy, and you're like, hey, you know that someday you're never gonna need a CD or a tape or anything. You're just gonna download it, and I'd be like, F you.
I'll call you a
It's not
liar.
real.
You're a liar.
What kind of future shit is that? I remember people.
You can have wireless headphones. And
Yeah. I remember whenever somebody told me, the internet first started taking off, and they were like, people say that you're going to be able to just watch movies straight off of your, computer. And I was like, that'll never happen. No. It's just too fun to own a DVD or a Blu-ray, and like to have it.
This guy still buys DVDs. Idiot.
If I can't find the Blu-ray, sometimes I'll buy the DVD.
I buy DVDs.
So you got DVD players. Do they not play CDs?
You're right. I forgot about that.
You just threw that in your face. Grow up, Ricky. That's what he just said.
I guess, God,
this interview's over.
The disassociation between the two is like ridiculous. Technology is like scrambled our brains.
Yeah, we're very spoiled.
You remember on like, I don't know, I had an the first Xbox, and you had to like buy a separate thing to play DVDs in it, like
on
a plug
Xbox?
that you plug into the controller thing, and you have a so weird.
That is super weird, dude. Oh man, remember Discmans?
With the 60-second skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I was like, bro, I remember when that first came out. It was like, wait, it didn't skip. We just hit a bump, and it didn't skip.
Yep.
What kind of witchcraft is this?
It's a game changer.
Right. And they would only fit in the Jinko pockets.
No, if you had the right cargo pants, they fit too.
Right, the cargo pants.
You could put CD cases on one side and then your Discman in the other side. Come on, man, grow up.
There you go.
Dude, he's so mad. He doesn't like you at all. Look at him.
He doesn't like you.
No.
That's what's happening.
No, we bonded already because you took so long to get here.
I took so long here.
Anyway.
We don't need to figure out our problems during your interview, dude.
It's really true. We're sorry, Brian.
But yeah.
I hope you guys work it out soon.
Well, I appreciate the support, but, sometimes when it's over, you just got to take your L and go. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Yeah, that's rough.
I feel like whenever you're best friends with someone, you never resolve your issues.
No.
It's just working it out day to day.
It just makes it more of an issue. 10 years later, you bring it up. You're still like, man, I love you, but you're still kind of a piece of shit.
Right. Even whenever it's I love you, it's
sure.
like, but.
So, are you doing anything else music-wise other than Slowriter? Are you doing any heavy stuff, not heavy stuff? You just over the heavy stuff? What do you got?
No, I still love heavy stuff. I have a band with David, who was the drummer in the Chariot.
Oh, that's sick.
And then John, who was like an older guitarist in the Chariot. We started that in like 2017, put out an EP.
That one had like a super punk rock name, right?
Yeah, it's called The Threats.
Yeah, I remember that. That shit was dope too.
The Threats or the Threads?
The Threats.
Dude, I swear I've heard that name. I can't. That drummer hits so hard. I always felt bad for his cymbals and snare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I just felt bad for him. Like, God, those poor snares.
I remember he would do like a break in a song, and he would stand on his throne and then come all the way back down to like butt. He would like land on butt and then, do kick and snare. And it would be like, dude, you're just trying to break things.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember
he would like snap like the kick pedal, like the metal kick pedal. He'd snap those in half like probably once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And have to make a guitar singer trip. It's like, dude, we want you to play hard, but chill out a little bit.
Financially.
Oh, dude. We were talking about his cymbals once. I can't remember where we were, but and he was like, yeah, I have to buy these. I don't really like how they sound, but I hit so hard that I'll break all the other ones, so I have to use these instead. Because they were really thick and big, so he's like, I have to use these or else I'll break them.
I remember trying to break cymbals, and it was a tough job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he went through them like they were like crackers on a toothpick.
He just hit hard. It just is what it is.
But
I love that he would buy them. Like, I don't like how they sound, but they won't break as quickly. Yeah. So
it was just
who cares how we sound?
Oh, it was just funny. And I was a stupid kid because my band was on the tour for just a hot minute. And of course, I'm like on tour with guys that I've looked up to. So I was just, oh my God. And then I asked him about like, do you like the way these sound? I'm thinking about buying some. He's like, no, I don't. I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
There's always something fun about like, you asking people that you look up to and respect things, and they look at you like you're thinking about it too hard, kid. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Just keep it fun and stuff.
You're an idiot for asking. So
yeah. But so has COVID? I know that you just put out some Slowriter stuff. Has COVID helped in your case to like stay home and write more stuff? And also, do you have any touring planned for whenever things are back to normal?
Ooh.
I mean, I'd say it's helped and it hasn't helped in different ways, but like with the Threats, we all live in different states. Like one of us in Portland, one here in Colorado, two in Atlanta, one in Kansas City. So it's like really spread out. Wow. So we kind of already, like we wrote our whole EP over the internet, just sending sessions back and forth. So we were kind of like already in that routine.
Right.
Which was nice. And yeah, COVID just gave us all more time, and we wrote a full length. And the one thing it has done is stopped us from getting together in person or tracking the album or anything. Right. So we've just been sitting on new music for like 9 months or something now. Awesome. But
so as far as the Threats, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so when things go back to normal, you got a full record you guys are going to get together and do.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
We're just waiting until everyone can travel safely or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Yeah, we did like try to track 2 songs. And like the guys that live in Atlanta went into the studio, and then we were on Zoom like the whole time they were in the studio just trying to make it work. But it never really came together. That was kind of difficult.
Right. I can only imagine.
So we're going to hold off on that.
We had somebody else on here the other day. Lee
Yeah.
Jennings said
Lee-
that they
yeah.
tried to go into a studio in Atlanta actually, and they were like they were Zoom calling, trying to play to the drums, and it was like just didn't
Yeah.
make any sense whatsoever. And so they had
Yeah, that's exactly how it went with us.
Yeah, and they said that the guy, the sound engineer, was kind of like didn't fully understand like what they were trying to do with the music until they got together, in person when they like masked up and had a special meeting, and then like kind of went over all the shit, and then like the sound engineer, after they had already had Skype sessions, when they got together, was like, oh, now I get it. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
it's so hard to vibe when you're just like
Exactly.
like especially
The energy just isn't there.
yeah, especially when it's music. You know what I mean? Like, maybe if you're like going over lines for a show or something, maybe that could work. But still, vibes
Right.
are missing.
For sure.
That's what these old people don't get, man. You gotta get the vibe.
Dude, we are the old
vibe.
people. We are old. I don't know how old Brian is, but
I
we're
meant
old.
older people.
Oh,
man.
okay. But aside from music, what else have you been spending time on during this wonderful pandemic? Music.
Not a whole lot, honestly. I think, the plus side of COVID for me was pushing me to do music more and trying to work on something every day so I don't go crazy.
Right.
Just trying to keep myself distracted, especially in the beginning when just no one really knew what was happening.
Right.
There were definitely a lot of times where I was just like sitting in my house for like 5 days straight and not getting anything done with music or otherwise.
Yeah,
It's just like eventually you feel like you have to go do something.
Right.
And
for sure.
Well, you kind of feel powerless. At the first month, I remember just being so depressed that it was just like, oh
Exactly.
my God, I hate my life right
Yeah.
now.
I was just saying on another podcast, like there were so many walls that you could hit during like the first like 5 months of like quarantine and stuff, because it was like, like maybe in the first couple weeks it was kind of like, this is refreshing to like just chill and sleep when I'm tired and like be awake when I'm awake and all that shit. But then you pushing into like April, like late April, I was like, what the am I doing? Like, what are we doing with our lives right now? Like, and then, like around May going into like June, it was like you were like refreshed again because you were like, you know what? This is what we all needed. I'm going to get on some art and create. And then, like, after summer, it was like back down again, like, I'm going to kill myself.
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah.
Not eating, not doing anything, just
Right.
miserable as all hell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just up and down and up and down. And
Right. I've never have I needed to, like, pep talk myself so many times in a year.
Come on, you can do this.
Yeah. You've got this, man. Don't go dying on me. But yeah.
I was able to get my vaccine like a week ago, so I'm like really refreshed now. I'm
Yeah, me
That's
too.
sick.
super hopeful now.
I ended up getting one last week. My first one.
Nice.
I hope to get one in the
Same.
next week or so is what I plan on, so I really hope so.
Yeah. But yeah, it's taking steps back to normal, so
Doubtful.
we at least got that.
No. No, we don't.
I mean, if someone says that there's a solution for my meningitis, that's step one. You know what I mean?
True. No, you're right. I'm just kidding. I'm glad we're going in the right direction towards normalcy. It's not a very big light at the end of the tunnel, but we're getting there hopefully.
Right.
So
We just need all the rest of the humans to like be on board and believe that a
Yeah.
vaccine will work and all that stuff.
shh. Anyway,
But reality TV over science, you know what I mean?
yeah. Anyway, let's
sure.
not even go there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But yeah, another thing that we talk about here on this show is nerdy stuff. So, Fuzz is a sneakerhead. I love action figures. I believe both of us are into like Marvel and stuff like that. So, what are some things that you nerd out on besides music? And if we end up going back to music, that's fine too.
Yeah, I was trying to think about this like over the last few days, like what I'm really nerdy about. Which I keep coming back to music, of course, but I guess like there's TV stuff I'm nerdy about. Tim and Eric, I'm super nerdy about. Nathan For You.
Nice.
And South Park.
Did you see the new special yet?
Yeah, the vaccination special.
Yeah, I have not seen that. Is it good?
Yeah, I just watched it last night. It was pretty good.
Hell yeah. I don't think they ever do us wrong, you know what I mean?
No, they never do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the did you watch the COVID special that was like maybe a few months ago?
Yes, I did. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, with that one and the new one, like there's just so many moments where I'm like they hit so close to home with like what's with current events and everything. And they just always have a way to spin it to where it's just like, damn, like I don't know if I should be laughing at this or like
exactly. Like they can take the
contemplating my life.
It's like the most up shit that's happening in the world. They like make you like smirk about it. You know what I mean? They're like, I guess that's kind of ridiculous.
It makes you wonder how they have never been canceled ever.
Right. Well, I know they get sued all the time.
Yeah, who cares about that?
And they're just like, how many Broadway shows have we gotten #1 with? Well, yeah, pay them. Oh, you're trying to sue us? Cool, whatever. Well, I'll take a pay cut to make fun of Tom Cruise or whatever.
Yeah, it's awesome that they've always stayed true to themselves and
right. Never.
I mean, the new episode, like, I don't think this really spoils anything, but they have like a warning up at the beginning that's like way more PC than South Park would ever be, but it's like we have offended certain cultures and blah blah blah, but you can just tell it's all like sarcasm.
Right.
It's kind of funny.
Like if you're reading this.
Yeah. I'm just so happy that like such cynical comedy can still
exist?
Yeah, it could still go to the top, you know what I mean? And like take over so many platforms of entertainment like with that kind of comedy and shit. Cuz like me and my girlfriend went and saw, you know, before COVID and shit, we went and saw Book of Mormon. And I was like
nice.
I was blown away, dude. And it was so funny to sit there and watch, you know, this Broadway musical written by the guys from South Park and look around and see all of these like old people that just show up because it's a Broadway thing. And to see everyone's jaw drop at some of these up jokes, dude, I was like, oh man. So, yeah, if you've never seen Book of Mormon, it was insane. And
I need to see it.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about it other than it's
super offensive.
To be really good.
Yeah. So
did you see anybody walk out?
You know, I think I did see a couple of people, but like I think that a lot of people, even if they weren't expecting it, stayed just to find out. Right. You know, because it's such a different vibe than most Broadway musicals that like even the people that were appalled were just frozen in time till the end, you know. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And there was even like they in the play they go to like Africa because like the main characters are trying to like bring Mormonism to this African country, and like this one of the African people there like does this whole song, and at the very end it's just like, I've got AIDS. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was so good, dude.
Oh, man.
And like you tell people that and they're like, oh yeah, it's a Broadway thing. Oh yeah, I bet it was good, cool, whatever. And I'm like,
that's exactly how I reacted. That's exactly how they asked me to go with them, and I was like, man, that sounds terrible. No,
dude, it was just.
Then look at me. Who's the patoot now?
Yeah,
it's me.
It's exactly what like. It's just like, hey, you want to see a Broadway play written by the people that wrote South Park, and you think about that for a second, but that's exactly what you get whenever you watch it. So
that's awesome. I hope they keep doing it for a while so I can see it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's gonna come back. It was like #1 Broadway play for some years, so I'm sure they'll keep touring it. So
Okay, so I have a question for you, Bryan.
Yes, sir.
Because Mike and I have been debating this since yesterday. Have you seen The Office? All of The Office?
Yeah.
Have you seen all of Parks and Rec?
Maybe not all of it.
Okay. Have you watched Community?
Yeah.
Could you put those in your 1 through 3 in the order that you like them?
Oh wait, we have those. The fourth one though that fits too.
What
New
is it?
Girl.
Oh well, New Girl. Well, I just want to do these 3 right now.
Okay, so let's go these 3.
Yeah, that works because I haven't seen New Girl, but
cool.
New Girl's incredible. Watch it.
I'm not like super obsessive over any of those shows, so I don't feel like I have a good like
But that's good
Right.
though.
Yeah, that's
opinion,
good.
But
I would rather
okay.
have that than somebody who's passionate about it.
Right.
Because
Yeah, I mean, I love the shows, but I'm just not like
okay.
you know. I'd probably say Community first.
God damn it!
That's what I was saying.
Community's number 3. Easy. But I respect your opinion.
Yeah.
I don't care about the other 2. I just wanted to hear if you put Community first.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Thank you. See, that was my. I posted unpopular opinion. Community is better than Parks and Rec and The Office, and Fuzz was the main guy to hit me back and be like, "No, you're wrong."
No, see, I love Parks and Rec. The Office or Community, I feel like could be 2 or 3. It doesn't matter to me. But Parks and Rec is number 1.
But I understand how you could stand by Parks and Rec like that because that shit. was
Except the
amazing.
first season. The first season's
Yeah,
terrible.
I mean, I get it for sure.
Okay.
But I
respect that.
I was a huge fan of Donald Glover and his style of comedy, and then I was amazed that he turned it into like a Grammy-winning R&B rap artist. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt too. I think like having the connection to him like probably put that at number 1, but
right, yeah, I was especially like I don't know if you ever watched before Community. He was on Derek Comedy, and it was just like 3 dudes that wrote a bunch of dumb comedy shit, and it was amazing. Like that show, that internet show was so good, and like just to see Donald Glover be like the goofiest weird kid and then turn into what he did is just like
I mean,
it's insane.
He plays the same kind of weirdish guy on Atlanta too. He's kind of like just out there.
I mean, that's
he's a cool
true.
dude, but he's not.
He was just super charismatic though in his younger days. As to where now he plays it like this cool nerdy guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
I guess I will have to reevaluate my life choices now.
well, just keep asking. You'll get someone that'll agree with you.
I will. I plan on it.
Just
to
ask
throw
all
it
your
in his
guests
face.
now.
I'm going to because I feel like that's a really good topic to debate.
That is a good one.
Because I know there's people out there.
Yeah, that's a
obsessed
good
with The
question.
Office.
Speaking of topics that we always bring up with people, me and Fuzz and our friend Tim Gorgon have a new metal show that we do sometimes on this channel. And we like to talk about new metal influences. So, do you have new metal influences? And which ones are they?
My biggest new metal influence is Limp Biscuit for sure.
Yes. What's your favorite Limp Biscuit record, dude?
Oh, that's tough. Probably Significant Other.
Okay, I
Tight.
respect that.
Tight.
You had 2 choices to choose
Right.
from.
It
so-
was that or $3 bills.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going back and forth between in my head, but
Right. I mean, definitely.
I think it depends on my mood. Some days I'm definitely in a $3 bill mood.
it's true. Just more
Yeah.
angry.
Because sometimes all I wanted was a Pepsi.
little more raw.
Just one Pepsi, far from suicidal. Still, I get them tendencies.
Yes.
And he,
Fred Durst is the man.
yeah, there's no, as much as everybody shits on him, nowadays for being like that, guy.
Dude, he was the best hype man.
Yeah, he was. And
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no one who's ever compared to that style of like heavy and rapping. You know what I mean? Like people have done it, but it's just Fred's Fred.
Fred is Fred.
Yeah, I like have a lot of resentment about how much people like hated on them. I guess they still do, but in an alternate reality, they're still making records because people didn't hate on them so much. Like,
Yeah.
and I want that.
Right.
Like, I need some new Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, I mean.
Then again, I don't know with like a What was the last record called?
The Cobra one?
Golden Cobra or whatever?
That was horrible.
Yeah, I wasn't into that, so maybe...
I just
maybe
don't
it's
know
good that
what...
they put it down.
I think that the main downfall of the band kind of started with, like...
When Wes Borland quit.
Wes Borland, like, kind of going in and out of wanting to be in the band. It made...
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Because he left, and then the dude from Snot, right, played guitar on one of them.
No, that's Seven Dust. Sonny Mayo joined Seven Dust.
So who joined?
The dude who joined Limp Biscuit looked just like Wes Borland. It was kind of weird, dude. He looked just like him. It was kind of crazy. I saw him with that guy at Summer Sanitarium back in like 2000.
Wasn't that the I Want to Eat You Alive song or whatever they did?
Yeah, that record where he talks about sniffing on them panties now. It's kind of weird. Didn't really know how I felt about that. But, it's still good. I got into that record.
But yeah, even like...
So you got to see them live. That's awesome.
Yeah, a couple of times. It was sick.
They're on my bucket list.
Dude, you got to see them.
Speaking of Wes Borland being in and out, like, there was a tour I was on. It was All-Stars... 2015.
Because I was on that tour with you.
The All-Stars lineup got added to the first part of this festival. So then, our tour package would play, and then the lineup would start, and then the headliner was Limp Bizkit.
I thought it was Ice Cube.
No. It was like Hollywood Undead and then Limp Bizkit headlining. But Wes wasn't even there. Like he was definitely in the band at this time. He wasn't even there. So I was like, I didn't get to watch them play because I was drinking all day and then blacked out.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Well, the Dance Gavin guys were like, can't wait for Limp Bizkit. Let's go take shots, And then the Goldcock people were there. So they were like, hey, you get all the free Goldcock you guys want. And so then by, when our tour package was over, it was like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. They played at like 11 at night. Close to midnight. And so I remember watching Hollywood Undead and being like, oh, I'm about to black out. Hopefully this works out. And then I remember having this flash of like the van driving off and me having the window down and hearing Limp Bizkit. And I was like, guess I didn't make it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Right. But yeah, Wes wasn't even there. So maybe, of course, I would have still loved to enjoy it, but Wes wasn't there. So.
Yeah, Wes is an important part. So.
It's true.
But John Otto was there.
That's true.
He took you to the Matthews Bridge.
Take to the Matthews Bridge.
Didn't DJ Lethal get let go at one point, too?
Yeah, they got into it.
The DJ has to be the most easygoing guy, right?
Yeah. He's the easy one to let go because you could just replace him with a MacBook, dude. Oh, we don't have to pay him? Spacebar. All right, we're done. Yeah.
We're like, well, Wes has to hit the button, though. And then he's not there. Oh, shit. We're It was like TV and music was your only nerdy things?
That's all I can think of, yeah.
Yeah.
I love weed.
Yeah.
I grow weed, so that's like I guess I'm pretty nerdy about growing weed.
Right. Allegedly.
No, you said
Allegedly.
Colorado, right?
Yeah.
He can say whatever the
right,
wants.
Yeah, never mind. You're doing it.
We're allegedly agreeing with him.
Yes. That's I feel like the American dream has went from music into growing weed because at one point in time
what
it
else
was
is there to do?
It's like the American dream, write some music and tour the world and make money. And then now the make money part doesn't come into it at all. So it's like
not at all.
Let's move somewhere and start a pot farm. That's the American dream. Yeah. And then write music for fun because we're making money.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I just want to live on a pot farm.
The music. I just need the weed.
It's true. Allegedly.
Sorry, we're some chatty Cathys.
We are.
What I mean?
Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I'm glad.
Yeah, you don't seem very
I'm
chatty.
shy and quiet.
Yeah.
We're a bit much sometimes, especially me. So I'm sorry.
We still got a lot of information out of you. We
true.
got new threats coming soon. We have Slowriter to listen to now. And then
do y'all take it easy?
Yeah. I think the
Slower.
I think that
See what I did?
I think those Slowrider albums could come out a little faster, but yeah.
No, okay, yeah. We'll end it there. Sorry. I gotta go. My phone's ringing.
But maybe our quarantine band can play with the Threats sometime.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. How, like, what stage are you at? Are you recording soon or what?
We're not allowed. I'm not allowed to record drums. They just program them. So.
Well, it's a lot of hard work to record the drums.
It's not, but they don't want to put forth the effort. So it's just, it is what it is.
Well, it's hard work compared to what we've been doing. I record vocals in the closet. Justin records vocals and bass on the computer.
No, dude, it's cool. I get it. I get it.
I mean, but I get where you come from too.
We're not going to do this here.
Sweet. Yeah, let's do a show together.
Let's do it. That'd be
down
so
because I just want to come to Colorado.
If you guys were to
it's
play a local show, where would it be at?
Oh, okay. I kind of see what you're asking.
Yeah.
It'd probably be in Atlanta, actually.
Okay.
Because, I'm originally from Atlanta, and then two of the guys are in Atlanta, so it would make sense to do it there.
Cool. Yeah.
So I guess we call Atlanta our home base.
Dude, I mean, if we had the time to prepare for that, I would love to come to Atlanta to play a show.
Cheetah?
No.
The place with the old
old
haggard
lady.
ladies.
What is
Yeah.
it? What is it called?
I can't believe I can't think of that, and I lived there for so long.
The first
Claremont Lounge.
Claremont, yes.
Yeah.
The first time I went to Atlanta, the guys on the tour were like, "Hey, you have to go here. It's kind of like just what you do when you come to Atlanta for the first time." All right, I was in heaven.
Yeah, 100%.
I love that place.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
R.I.P.
fun.
The venue too. What was the venue?
Masquerade.
Whew. Miss that place so much.
Yeah, that was actually one of my first shows ever was Blink-182 there.
Nice.
My mom took me, and I've just been to so many shows there.
Yeah.
Such a sick place.
It was sad already that venues were closing. Now it's like definitely lots of venues
So
are
many of
closed.
them.
R.I.P. venues.
R.I.P. real life. But anyway,
Yeah, dude, it was amazing to catch up with you. I'm sorry we were late.
Oh, it's all good. Thanks for having me on. Haven't talked to you in years, so.
Yeah, man.
yeah, you would think he'd be a better friend and hit you up every once in a while instead of once every 10 years, but whatever.
I mean, same here. So.
You're
Yeah.
busy, Brian.
Yeah, you know what? Let's make songs that explain what we've been doing lately, and we could send them to each other, and we could jam the songs every now and then to remind us that our friends are doing things. And
Okay.
Yeah,
I support that.
I'm down.
that sounds like a fun project, by the way, too. Be like, and then anytime someone's like, "What have you been doing?" I'll be like, "I'm gonna send you a link."
Here, listen.
Why don't you have a listen?
But then you know what? Then most likely lots of people wouldn't listen.
Yeah, no shit.
They'd be like, "Oh, you just sent me a song." Yeah. Oh, sure, I'll listen. Never.
Hey, how have you been, man? Here's my SoundCloud.
Let this explain. Just by the genre of music you play, they're like, "Oh, it's that bad." Oh man.
They just never talk to you again.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I should have called sooner. I apologize.
Or they just commit you.
Oh, the cops knock on your door because they're scared for your mental health. Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up, man. Tell the kids at home how to find you, how to find your bands. Give us all the links and stuff.
Yeah, I have a lot of different names I make music under, so that's a lot. But yeah, search for Slowriter on Spotify or any streaming platform. That's my personal project. It's like trippy, psychedelic, electronic, indie music. I don't know how else to word it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's perfect.
That's Slowriter, Slowriter. And then also check out The Threats. It's like heavy punk music with some of the Chariot guys. And yeah, same thing. Just search that, The Threats.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
And
the horns. You just got the horns.
And also, if you have comments or suggestions, or if you know someone that's super sick in a band and you want us to interview him and you're going to hook us up, hit us up at worshipandtributenerd@gmail.com and we'll read yours on air if we remember. But we'll get to it eventually, so. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming on the show. It's been an amazing time.
Much.
And
You're welcome. Thank you.
See you later, nerds.
I hope I wasn't too boring.
No,
Dude, you're
all
fine.
good, yeah.
It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. You were in the
Yeah.
chariot.
Just think about to the days that you probably spit on that kid, and now he thinks you're boring. So
You probably jumped on his head once.
yeah,
Guy.
probably farted in his mouth.
Oh, dude. Always taking it to another
Definitely
level.
that.